And how about the consistency with the consumer identity, with what that brand is, whether or not it's real or not? For instance, Apple or other brands that certain groups identify with, and then you hear of certain alleged problems with sweatshops and different things. I'm sure you have examples where that's happened and it's challenged the brand identity.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all about the life cycle of the company and the product and the social movement or the identity movement that goes along with consuming those products. So Apple is a great example. If in the late 1980s, when Apple was really, really revolutionary for the first time, frame-breaking for the first time, it had come to light that Apple was sourcing its products from sweatshops in developing countries. The people that were Apple consumers who were interested in technology, who were interested in frame breaking, who were interested in something progressive and thinking differently, might have boycotted the brand. What we've seen recently is that these allegations of labor mispractice don't really stick, don't really make a huge difference to the bottom line, because Apple has become something different than it once was. It still has cutting edge products, but it's not the cutting edge organization in terms of breaking the way people think about computing and kind of our relationship to technology that it used to be. It's still there, but that's not so fundamental. Now we want a slick iPhone, right, in rose quartz.
So maybe it goes back to what you were talking about, role congruence. For instance, if Tom's were the one that was using a sweatshop.
Right, if Tom's were using a sweatshop, or if Tom's had sold out to a major consumer packaged goods company 30 years ago, it would not be what it is today. But now most of us want something for our kids that's not full of chemicals, although it's all chemicals anyway. And so Tom's has an image that's consistent with the way we want to parent or the way we want to be clean. And that's good enough for most people.
Also the notion of giving back, which seems to be key for a lot of millennials. I don't know if you've done research on that.
Yeah, I haven't done research on millennials specifically, but there does seem to be a different motivation in the way that they consume. Although again, and also striving for this authenticity, this ever-elusive authenticity. But again, I'm not sure how deeply it's felt and how consistently it's applied in their consumption. So what people want, and this applies to millennials and everybody else, is an appearance of consistency between their espoused values, what they talk about, and what they buy and how they live their lives. But again, they're not scratching the surface that deeply and creating an uproar when they find that Tom's has been sold off.